Surface Book 2. Like I said, this is just pretty much an overview. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a test after all the videos, and I'm going to provide to you guys to be able to do. That way you can be able to test your skills and your retainability of the information. If you're able to get a good passing score, like I said, I think we'll be able to work together to bring you in the office and discuss terms and conditions of how we can be able to provide an employment position for you for the near future once we get everything up and operational. But like I said, just right now, what we're trying to do is train, so you learn the Microsoft products and you know what to expect. Anyways, I want to go ahead and start the video, and then I'll be signing off after this. I'll just kind of reiterate some of the things, and then we'll go from there. All right, thank you.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this Surface Academy course. My name is Jared, and I'm happy to be back with you again to show you the amazing Surface Book 2, our most powerful Surface we've ever built. Hello everyone, and welcome to this Surface Academy course. My name is be back with you again to show you the amazing built. It's an exciting device, and we're going to go ahead and dive right in. Now, you're familiar with the Surface Book. We launched our very first laptop ever made by Microsoft, the Surface Book, a little while ago, and now it's time to refine it even more. We've rethought everything with the new Surface Book 2 to make it as premium and best as we could. Now, if you take a look here, you're looking at two separate devices. We are now announcing a beautiful new 15-inch Surface Book 2. These devices are 4 times as powerful as the original Surface Book. They have 5 times the graphics performance of the original book. This means, of course, that they can power Windows Mixed Reality and your virtual reality headsets and everything you'll need it for. Of course, it's a Surface Book, so the screen can detach and it can be used in a variety of different modes that suit you the best. And we've added a very exciting port, USB Type-C. So let's go ahead and dive right into some of the specifics. First things first, the performance. This device is the most powerful Surface ever. Let me show you why. This is using a true quad-core processor, up to an i7 Intel 8th generation processor. Now, previous models, every model previous of Surface has used a dual-core processor that kind of simulates or, hyperthreads up to that 4 cores. This is a true quad-core processor with 8 logical cores. So it is significantly faster. It is a almost desktop class performance that you can expect out of this device. And of course, you can customize it up to 16 gigabytes of RAM. Now, what's really impactful for us here is this new battery life quote. 17 hours of unplugged power is the quote. Now, that was a test conducted with the Surface Book running a video continuously for 17 hours. And so it is a great amount of battery. Now, with as much performance under the hood, you can expect that battery life's going to vary depending on how you're going to use it. But that is what we are quoting for it, and it's really quite nice. Now, frankly, folks, what I'm most excited about is the new graphics card options here with the Surface Book 2. We have 2 models, the 13.5-inch and the 15-inch. I'm going to write something here. The 13.5-inch uses a NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1050 graphics card. If you're familiar with graphics cards, you know that's extremely powerful. Mixed reality and virtual reality devices like Oculus Rift, things that are very powerful, they require at least a 970. So this is exceeding the requirements for these virtual reality experiences. But what I really want to focus on is our beautiful 15-inch model. The 15-inch Surface Book 2. This uses the GTX 1060 graphics card. And the key thing to note here, it's 6 gigabytes of dedicated graphics memory. Now, let me put that in context for those of us who aren't as familiar. The Surface Book previous generation, we had 2 models, the Surface Book and the Surface Book with Performance Base. The Performance Base model of the Surface Book, as powerful as it was, it had 2 gigabytes of graphics memory. So this device has significantly higher performance when it comes to graphics. Now, this allows you to do things like Adobe Photoshop, in Autodesk, AutoCAD. You can run Solid Edge and all of these different highly powerful line of business applications on a very mobile Surface Book laptop. Moving on, of course, it is a Surface Book, which means it can be used in a variety of different ways. So right here, you have 4 different modes. We call the laptop mode. Quite easy to understand. You can press the detach button. That gets permission from Windows to separate because the graphics card is stored in the keyboard. Once I separate that screen, we actually call that tablet mode because it is very much like a tablet. You can then attach that screen in reverse to the keyboard. When you attach it in reverse and kind of have that side showing out, that we call view mode. It's kind of good if you're giving a presentation. You can work shoulder to shoulder with people. And then once you attach it in reverse and then close the lid, that is studio mode. Important to note, we are using the studio mode language throughout all of our Surface devices now that transform. So, of course, Surface Studio has studio mode. Surface Pro, when it's reclined all the way with its kickstand, that we call studio mode. And now, when we attach the screen backwards and close it down, this mode that you see here, that we call studio mode with the Surface Book. Now, ports. You still retain your beautiful 2 USB 3.0 ports, full size, so you can plug in everything you need. But we've added another new port, and that is USB Type-C. Now, this has been a really important ask for a little while now with Surface. We hear you, and this is the first Surface device that has a Type-C port. Those of us unfamiliar, USB Type-C is kind of a magical port, really. It can do most anything. You can charge your Surface Book from this. You can charge other devices from this port. It is used for video, so this does replace the mini display port. There is no mini display port on the Surface Book 2, because this is how you do your video out. You can also use it as a USB port. There's USB-C to Ethernet adapters, for example, and a whole host of other devices. USB-C is incredibly powerful and substantially faster than previous USB technologies. Now, if you're more technical, you may be wondering, is this a Thunderbolt 3 connector? That uses, of course, USB Type-C, but it is an extremely powerful medium where I could have an external graphics card even, and external components of the computer because the port is so powerful. This is not that port. This is not Thunderbolt 3. This is just USB Type-C for all of the other purposes you could use it for. So something to keep in mind. So unlike the MacBook Pro, where they went exclusively to Type-C, and you had to have a lot of dongles to use your basic devices, this device has 2 full-size USBs and yet another USB port in the Type-C form. Okay. We have also launched a beautiful new mouse. That is the Surface Precision mouse, and you can see that towards the bottom of this slide. This is a full-size mouse. More on that in a moment. I just want you to know that the screen and the detail that go into the Surface Book remain premium all the way. It is that 4K pixel density. The 13-inch is still that 3000 by 2000 resolution. The 15-inch is even more, totaling up to 7 million pixels on the display. Now, what you're not going to hear talked about too often that I do want to share with you is that the things that you use with the Surface Book today have been improved. We actually have improved the hinge greatly. The hinge visually looks identical to the previous Surface Book, but it is anything but. We've re-engineered it so that you can open the Surface Book now with just one finger, just like you can with the Surface laptop. So it's nice and smooth. We also have improved the trackpad and the keyboard. Minor improvements, added a little bit of key travel to make it the most premium keyboard that we've put on a Surface. So you do have some added refinement across the board. We've also re-engineered the detaching mechanism to make that even more seamless and sturdy. We actually now use ceramic inside of our detach mechanism. Ceramic, to my knowledge, has never before been used in a laptop, and that is kind of a new material. And to quote Panos Panay, we use that for its durability, and it's one of those rare materials that we can use to really bring that hinge into the next level that we need it to be. It's also good at heat dissipation. Okay, I do want to show you more about that Surface Precision mouse. Here's an up-close view. All of these different buttons, they can be programmed. So you see those 3 buttons there on the side of your Surface Precision mouse. It is ergonomic. It fills your entire palm so that you have a nice, comfortable way to use the computer. You do have this metal scroll wheel in the middle, kind of mimicking Surface's premium finish. Very smooth scrolling. Now, this does have your USB connector there, so you can wire this mouse into your desktop and use that if you'd like, or of course, it is Bluetooth, so you can pair it to your computer that way. And it uses our BlueTrack technology, which will work on virtually any surface, surface as in a table. You can use it to track the mouse. Over here on this side of the screen, we are releasing new adapters. I know, adapters are always a little frustrating, but this is really quite nice. These are USB Type-C. So if your smartphone uses the new Type-C connection, which most smartphones nowadays, with the exception of Apple, do use that Type-C connection, these will be dual purpose. You can connect your phone up to your HDMI monitor. So we're releasing some new accessories, and this is how you connect your Surface Book 2 to your external monitors. Now, to wrap up, this is what we're coining it. We're talking about the ultimate device for the modern workplace. Everything we do now harkens back to our overall Microsoft vision. And I do want you to know from a strategy standpoint, Microsoft as a company, we're embodying 4 core things. That is unlocking creativity, the fact that our devices are built for teamwork, they're integrated for simplicity. That means it uses their existing systems. They don't need to reinvent the wheel or work to accommodate something that's non-PC. It already works with what they have, and it is immensely secure. Surface devices are built with the enterprise and governments in mind and have the latest security protocols and capabilities. Everything we do with Surface will make it work beautifully with Microsoft 365 and Office 365. And Surface devices will always be the first and best devices for those experiences. Everybody, again, my name is Jared. It was amazing being able to speak with you again. There are many other Surface Academy courses available where you can meet the entire Surface portfolio and just hear more of my voice should you decide. So please do check out the other videos stored here. And as always, we'll be back whenever there is a new announcement or new devices to be talked about. They will be talked about right here. Thank you for being valued partners, and happy selling.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Meet Surface video. My name is Josh, and today we are talking about the new Surface Laptop 2.
Alright, so I gotta...
The Surface Laptop 2, along with Pro 6...
Got some background noise there. I gotta figure out where this video is getting played from. So, as I mentioned, wanted to go ahead and we played that video. So this is the actual Surface Pro laptop. It's actually quite expensive when you look at numbers as far as business application or business hardware. It is up there. The MSRP are around $1,500, but understanding what you can provide as a sales associate for Microsoft and providing a bulk solution for a corporation can mean a lot of value to a team. As he mentioned in the video, you know, that the way that they want to be able, these laptops are not your basic laptops. These are team integration. They wrap around the Office 365 platform to be able to provide a solution. And so understanding, you know, the hardware aspect of all the Surface family products is going to be key to how you could address it. So understand, you know, you're not going to go to a dental clinic promoting our products and saying, hey, I want to give you a $1,500 laptop that does this. Probably might come out very well. And that's where, you know, you can mitigate that by approaching them with the Surface Pro 6 tablet, as it is a laptop and everything else. But then also, like I mentioned in my last video, is being able to provide a solution for point of sales for a lot of restaurants or a lot of businesses that are small mom and pop businesses. And so I wanted to thank you once again for your time. Hopefully that this was very informative, and I'll be creating in the next video very shortly. Thank you.